Bye.
I want to talk briefly. Uh, Something I've been talking about, but something that just keeps coming up. Uh, or maybe it's my perception, and I feel that it needs to be reminded. Somebody feels it needs to be reminded because it keeps coming up. The thing is, writing down your goals, writing down what it is that you want in life. And the reason that I'm discussing this again is I watched The Odd Life of Timothy Green last night. And it starts off with a couple that desperately wants to have children, and they are told that there is no possible way, um, that they can't. Uh, all the medical tests have been done, everything's been done, and they can't. So, what happens is the husband starts with describing the kid because um, they want to put it away, they want to forget it, they want to give up, but they just can't. And she's all crying and upset, and he's pulls out this little pad and writes down. Uh, I forget what the first thing is, but then he says, "And my kid is funny," and he gets her engaged by funny like Uncle Bob or whoever it was. And they end up getting a bottle of wine, and they're going through this little tablet, and they're writing everything down that they want this kid to be. And they're celebrating this kid, and they can vision it. And at one point, uh, they said he scores the winning goal in relation to a sports thing. And they're actually both up off the couch and they're yelling, "Go, go, go, yeah, yeah!" They're feeling it. They're emotionally involved. They see this kid, they've created this kid, they've written this kid down completely. They completely feel the kid, they feel the joy of having the kid in their life. And at the end of the night, they take all the pieces of paper and they put it in this little box and they go out in the garden and they bury it. Well, for the movie, this kid comes, a storm comes, and this kid shows up um, out of the garden, out of what they created, and he's there for a limited time and he touches their lives and stuff. And at the end of the movie, they're able to adopt um, from having had the experience with him and sharing it with the adoption people and stuff. But the point of all that was they clearly defined what it was that they wanted. They wrote it down. They didn't just say it out loud so that their mind could forget it or it could get lost in the million things that we go through in a course of a day. They wrote it down. They clearly defined what they wanted and they wrote it down. In the process of doing it, they envisioned this child. They felt the child. They felt the passion. They felt the love. They felt the presence of this child that they wanted so desperately. It's no different when there's something that you want in your life. You need to clearly define it. You've got to have the emotion. You've got to have the passion.
You've got to see it. You've got to feel it. That's why they say, if there's a car that you want, go to the dealership. Pick it out. Take pictures of it. Take pictures of it with you in it. Drive it. Feel it. Get the joy. Feel it. Take that picture and put it up where you see it every single day. Now, everything that we want in life, we can't go drive or feel or necessarily get a picture of with us in it. But we can spell it out. We can see it as clearly as we can. Those are tools that we can use to enhance. And the car is the best example, because it is something that, if there's a car that you want, unless you want some rare thing that's almost unattainable and it's not available for you to go see and touch and feel, that's an exception. For the most part, if you want a car, I don't care, excuse me, I don't care if it's a Chevy or if it's a BMW or a Cadillac. You can find a dealership. You can usually find exactly what you want. And these days, let's say you want a special color or something, go to the websites. You can go through and create the car exactly as you want it. The kind of seats, the kind of steering, the kind of wheels, the color, the whole bit. Click, 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 save. Print! There you have it on your board, exactly what you want. It's not you in it, it's not you beside it, but you have a picture of the car. You can go to a dealership and drive a similar car to get a feel for it. And often, unless you want, special color combinations or something like that, you could go find the car that you're looking for and drive it. And a lot of people avoid it because it's like, oh, I want it. Well, that's it. You want it. You want it. It's your goal. You need to have the incentive to go get it. And if you have the, excuse me, if you have the belief that you don't want to drive it because you're going to want it and you're not going to be able to get it, then you've already sabotaged yourself, and you may as well take it off your want list. Because you need to believe that you can have it. You need to believe that it's possible. And if you don't, there's no point in doing anything. With this business or any internet business, people say, I don't know if it's possible. If there are successful people in a business doing it, then it's possible. What you're not saying is it possible for me? You need to believe that it's possible for you. But the way to begin to believe that it's possible for you is to recognize, open your eyes. See what's out there. See what somebody else has done. Somebody else is making $50,000 or $100,000 a month. It may seem unlikely for you, when you would just settle for an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. But if people are making $50,000 and $100,000 a month, then it's possible for you to make money. And you could make that much money if you do exactly what they do and make the investments. And you may not be willing to, and that may not be your goal. It may be later. You may start making money and making more money, and then you want even more, and your goal changes. But if you're only looking to make, and realistically, people don't realize I forget what the percentages are, but it says that people that file bankruptcy, just an extra $500 a month would have kept them from that. $500 a month. $500 a month is something that is doable, especially in the part-time. $500 to $1,000 a month is something that would make a change in your life. Not a major, you're not going and buying a mansion, you're not going and buying a BMW. But, can you go ahead and go out to dinner? Can you maybe save something to go on vacation? $500 to $1,000 a month is a very reasonable, realistic goal part-time. And it's something that can make a change in your life. Is more possible? Absolutely. In Empire Network here, we've got people that are making $100,000 and more in a month. And that's only happened within the past year. It's incredible the level of success. They've gone from $30,000 a month to $100,000 a month and more. But, and here in September when the NV2 comes out, it's going to be ridiculous, the amount of money that can be made. But that's the top 1%. For the average individual, 500 to 1,000 is a very realistic goal. You want it, feel it, clearly define it. Clearly define that, oh, something's on sale and I can take the money and go buy it. Instead of, let's see, okay, I won't pay this and I'll pay that and I'll pay part of this. You don't have to do that. Set your goal, write it down, feel it, feel having it, feel the freedom, feel it. Just completely feel it as much as you can. If you've got to imagine the entire thing because you've never ever experienced it before, you've never had it, so you don't have the feelings to draw off of, imagine. Open your mind and imagine it. Feel it. Imagine what it would feel like to be free. Write it down, see it, and feel it. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow.